Okay, attempt number 2, because it's been a while and I cannot navigate a conversation with the camera anymore, which is, fun, great experience, and I have to relearn that again for the however many time. But hey guys, it's been a little bit of a minute. I would say, honestly, I don't even remember the exact last time. I'd say like it's been like 2 months since I'd say like a month, no, 2 months. Let's just say 2 months. Let's be honest with ourselves. 2 months since I've uploaded my last video, and a lot has changed. A lot has been different. I've grown a lot, I'd say. My first semester is over, and I'm back at home, and I wanted to make a video because that was the whole point of, like, my purpose of being where I'm at today. So I really want, basically the point is I want to make a video again to get back into the habit of doing it because within the last, I guess, I'd say like 4 months, just since I've started college, the idea of YouTube has really been on my mind. And where I want to take it has really been on my mind, even though I haven't really shown that as much. It really has been. And I think I've been so avoidant of it, even when I have had time recently, mainly because I didn't know how to approach the conversation or approach where I'm at with it. And yeah, but let's start off with our usual intro, and we're going to move forward and we're going to just talk. First off, good morning, good evening, good night, whatever time you're watching this video. It is currently Friday, December 20th, 2024. Right now it is like 6:30 p.m. Let's just say 6:30 p.m. Central Time. No longer Eastern Time because, that's where we're at now. And yeah, I just got back home from running some errands, some last minute Christmas shopping, which I just started today. And, the usual. But yeah, hope you're doing well, which leads me to my second part. If your day is just starting, I hope you have, or second off, if your day is just starting, I hope you have a great day. If you are in the middle of your day, I hope you're having a great day. And if you're coming towards the end of your day and it has not been so great, do something to make it great because you still got time and you can still make a change. You can have a bad majority outside of your control, but a bad entirety completely relies upon you and your perception of your day and how you treat it. Don't forget there's always something to be proud of, something to be like smiling for. And just remember that there's always a blessing every day you're here. And just make sure you appreciate it. Take the time to do that. But yeah, moving forward, today's video is going to be a reflecting with AD video. I feel like the last one was a reflecting with AD video. Actually, no, it was a word of the day, but kind of checkpoint. And I think the best title I can say for this one is New Beginnings. Yeah, within this last 2 months, as I said, I've done a lot of growing. I've had a lot of experiences that I've been fortunate enough to experience. I've met a lot of people that I've been fortunate enough to meet. And just in that whole process, I've been able to reintroduce myself to myself. Like in the process of me introducing myself to new people, I've learned how to reintroduce myself to myself, if that makes sense. I've been figuring things out about myself, like how I am under pressure and like real pressure. How can I handle a full schedule? Can I even make a full schedule? Like, there were a lot of times where I had to figure out what I had to do in those moments and make the most of it. And in many cases, I've had to sacrifice some things and prioritize other things, mainly for whatever reason, whether that's just because I had to catch up because I procrastinated a lot, which was pretty prevalent this semester, I'm not gonna lie, or literally just because I had so many things within one day that I had to try to juggle and manage that I didn't really put certain things that I valued first, and one of those things was YouTube. And in that whole process, the reason why I want to call this New Beginnings is because, as I mentioned before, I've been really deep in thought about how far I want to take this YouTube thing. And I want to almost rebrand this. I wouldn't say change it completely. The purpose is still going to be set in stone. But I had a conversation with another content creator, and he really opened my eyes. A real content creator, like someone that had a lot more following than I did, like had some real skin in the game. I do this and I would consider myself a semi-content creator, but I'm saying someone that has, worked with other managers of their social media platforms, and I was, had their own target audience and knew what their message was and constantly uploading like consistently, which I haven't done, right? And throughout that whole conversation, I just had multiple epiphanies about, I wouldn't say the flaws in my journey on YouTube, but more so like things I just never considered up to that point. And things such as, what is your audience? Like, and I didn't know how to answer that. He asked me, what is my audience? And I was like, oh, what is my audience? Like, I didn't even think about that, or just how far do you want to take it? And just little questions like that. And I think one of the biggest questions he asked me that really struck me, and I guess almost left me immobile for a minute, both like mentally and just like physically or just metaphorically, whatever you want to call it. Immobile on multiple levels was, have you ever thought about like doing this as a career? And in my head, there was like a little flicker of hope that kind of just like happened to burst when he asked me that, because I saw myself like doing that for real. Like, I would love to do that, but it kind of got shut down because I know how much that goes into that. I know what's required to do that. And it's a grand sacrifice, and it's a lot to do all at once. And, you know, in that whole process, I was just like, wow, like, what would I do if I even have it as my job? And if it's like, if I'm not gonna want it to be my career, why am I putting so much time into it? What am I doing with this? Like, there were so many times where I had to prioritize time, and the way I did that was like the purpose behind why I was doing the certain things I was doing. And there was many points where I just couldn't really point to the objective with YouTube. Obviously, I mentioned my purpose before. It's constantly to spread positivity and be the best version of myself, to make other people great. But it never really settled in with YouTube, like where I want to be with it. And I just been thinking a lot about that, man. Like, it's really been a conquest of how far I want to take it. And I think the biggest thing is I don't know where I want to take it yet. And that's the thing I have to answer now, because I feel like for a long time I was like, I'll figure it out when I figure it out. I'm just keep uploading, doing what I got to do. But then when life changes, when schedules get full, when priorities have to be met, like, even then I'm sounding like I have like a whole life and, you know, kids and everything. But you know what I'm saying? Like, when I actually have things I have to prioritize, aside from like, you know, not little hobbies, but like things that I did before, I feel like the biggest thing for me is having a purpose behind why I'm doing it. And I want that with YouTube. I want that with YouTube. I really do. So I feel as though this will be the new beginning video. Giving a formal introduction to myself and what I want to do with this whole thing. And that's what it is. So I guess like this is that me. My name is Anthony Miguel Davis, and my objective with this YouTube channel is to reflect all of who I am in the best way possible. And the objective in doing that, or the reason behind me doing that, is to not only allow myself to be more comfortable and understand who I am in the process, but also to let others that come from my backgrounds or have the same experiences I've had to feel recognized. Feel like there is a community there that is there to feel for them and experience the same things they do. And to remind them that there is always going to be someone there, and that is going to be myself. And even if, whether I'm there physically or not, my purpose behind this channel is to be there for as many people as possible, and specifically those people that come from where I come from. It doesn't have to be culturally, it can be socioeconomically, it can be mentally, just whatever the case may be, just societally, like city-wise or even nation-wise. I want those around me, or just my peers, to feel recognized and continue to reflect my gratitude for the blessings that I have, because the more I continue within this life, the more that I understand how far I've come, the more I realize that I've had a lot that I've experienced, and a lot that's got me to this point, and there's a lot of blessings along the way. And the reason why new beginnings matter, at least now transferring this to not really by myself but to others, is it's never too late to change yourself for the better. It's never too late to change a project for the better. It's never too late to pivot within your life. If you feel if you feel as though it is necessary, make that change and do that pivot, no matter the case. Obviously, it's going to be scary. Obviously, it's going to be weird at first and you don't know how to handle it. But if you don't make the change that you know you have to make and continue to drag it out, you will continue to only harm yourself and delay the possibility for success and growth. And that is something I'm realizing and learning with this whole process. I can't keep holding off on making a video because I'm not going to be satisfied with the content I'm creating right now, and I know I can always do more, or I don't even know what I'm doing yet, or, you know, I feel as though I should be at this level I'm not after 2 years. I got to make it at some point. If I want that change, I got to start making the change at some point, and that the way that change is made, is simply by starting. Change, at least from what I understand, is never going to be fully instantaneous. You know, it's going to be a gradual process. If you want a real change, it's not going to be like quick. because real change requires time and effort and, you know, trial and error, not just immediate success. And at least some form of sacrifice. So that's the objective with this. And for future reference, I plan on branching out for videos. In the future, as of right now, what the game plan is, what the business model is, whatever you want to call it. I plan on making vlogs. I want to document my college experience. I realized that's going to be very special because I realized a lot of my experiences this semester I didn't really document. I took pictures, a lot of pictures, but never took the time to make videos as much as I wanted to, which I feel as those were like my staples of understanding what was going on in those moments. So making more videos obviously is a big step. Making videos of higher quality. Actually, I downloaded CapCut. That's like my step towards that. I'm not going to stop at CapCut, but CapCut was something I discovered recently, and I want to get into that more. Editing videos more, and I might even get a camera. Which camera's on the way. I'm not even might even. I'm going to get a camera on the way to document everything and just share my experience. Be there as an example of one of many of millions of people that have the same experience I have, but one of the few that will actually show all of it. And I've been very vulnerable, as I've shown before on other videos I've had, and I don't mind that. I know that there's a risk with vulnerability, but if my purpose is to be the best I can be, and in the process spread positivity through that, then that means being vulnerable and allowing people to feel as though they have a safe space to do so and experience the same things I've experienced, or even those that don't even have the same experiences I've experienced. If they can take something from my life, I've done my purpose. I've served my purpose. And yeah, I hope you all, whoever is all 1, 2, 3, whoever views this, however many people view this, are able to take something from this. And just keep in mind, or just note, hopefully this is the start, or the for real, not hopefully, this will be the real start to real change, and a higher standard of creation. So I appreciate all of you that have been with me up until this point, and to those of you that will join me up to this later on, or maybe this is your first video, whatever the case may be. I'm excited. And I'm really excited that I have people like you that watch all the way through 13 minutes of this random dude just talking by my side. And I hope you take something away from this. But that's all I got. Way too much talking. Take care of yourself. That's all I got. I will be seeing you guys in the next video. Take care of yourself, love yourself, and be yourself always. And that's all I got. AD is out.